Exactly. Let's see. Are we?
Yeah. Apparently, Twitch just straight up just like, no, your authentication key is wrong. I'm not sure what the hell to find to fix that.
That's weird.
Did your stream get stolen?
No.
Oh, well.
Let's see. You re-log in real quick. See if that'll fix it. Oh, whoop. Welcome back. You're trying to log in from a new device, are you? No, it's the same device. Log in from a new device, are you? No, it's not. I promise it's not. Whispers directly into my ear. New device, have you? Well, just in case Twitch decides not to work with me, are you streaming already?
Yes, I am streaming.
Oh, we're online?
We are live. We're live. We're live. I usually wait a little bit because Twitch, for some reason, clips my VODs so that like the first minute is not there. I don't know why.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Come, you gotta do that thing. You gotta do like the iCarly thing. Is like 5, 4.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we
no, you don't say 2 or 1.
Oh, okay. In 5, 4, 3.
Fucking just.
Hey guys, welcome back to another gaming podcast.
The P star here, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of what's that show he does? Like news something, news dump, shitty news. I don't know, what does he call it?
I never actually paid attention
News
to
flash,
their actual
news
show.
something.
I only watched.
Newsflash, the inevitable heat death of the universe will happen and we will all die. I promise.
Oh no, I was thinking of InfoWars. That's Alex Jones. Different guy. I get similar vibes.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
All right, I'm gonna start today with a dramatic reading of my worm poem because Brass didn't get to hear it. So here it goes. I've titled this poem "Kingdom of Dirt." Okay. In your silent congregations, you await the coming storm. Gently muted by howling winds and softening soil, refugees of the rain, a chorus of silence resumes its song once more. From the gates of your invisible fortresses, your Stygian reality shimmers in its prisms of imperceptible colors. O innumerable creatures of the earth, what truths do you carry? What secrets do you bear from the heart of this star? Wriggle roggle, worms on the boggle, eating dirt with the boys. Thank you. I think it's pretty genius. That final stanza, I think, really speaks for itself.
I'm gonna have an existential crisis based off of worms, man.
Yeah, that was the goal. I targeted at you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with this information.
It was actually a poem about you. I hope you picked up on that.
Whoa.
Yeah. How you're always, burrowing in the ground.
That's amazing.
And when it rains, you have to come up. That's you.
Dude, it rained yesterday, and I actually went outside.
Exactly. You're drawn out by the rain.
Why are you watching my life, Comey?
How can I not? Just so interesting,
I hate this. I hate it here.
I'm about to take a weird turn.
Mom, can you come pick me up?
Oh.
Help me, mother. I'm being watched by this person I don't know on the internet.
I mean, I know
him. My entire life.
Know him.
My life is in danger. I'm scared.
You were gone much before I got to college, right?
What?
Yes. You graduated a few years ago,
right? I would have graduated a couple years ago, but I dropped out.
Ah, I see. Okay.
So yeah, I was gone way before you were there.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, I think it was gone before Yifu was there too.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Huh.
He graduated. Wait, Hank. When did he graduate?
Year before I got there, I believe.
Wait.
So he would have been a 2019 graduate.
2019 graduate. Yeah, we would have been there at the same time, but I think I dropped out before. I could have met him.
And Salel. No, wait. Wasn't Salel? I don't know. I think Salel had just graduated when I got there.
Okay. Yeah, I would have been either a 2018 or a 2019 graduate. Because knowing me, I would have gone hard and picked a second major or something.
Yeah. Anyway, so what have you guys been up to in these beautiful last 2 weeks?
Yo, Comey just said ass.
Exposed. Police are coming for you.
Yo, we're kicking Comey off of Twitch.
No.
Let's go.
So close to getting affiliate.
This close, and he finally gave it up. I can't believe it.
I gave it up, yeah.
He gave it up just to say ass on stream one time.
I said last, too. I didn't even say ass.
Beautiful ass 2 weeks.
Yeah, beautiful ass 2 weeks with emphasis on the ass. Really leaning into that.
Mm-hmm. He was like, you lean in this real quick. Ass 2 weeks.
Let's see, what did I do? I've been really busy. But when I'm not busy, I'm either raiding. I played a lot of Monster Hunter Rise, the demo.
Ooh.
That's been really fun.
Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna talk about that shit. That's good. He's good.
Have you beaten Magnamalo?
No, I have not. He whoops my ass every time.
He destroys me, dude. I can't get the time limit. It's so tight. So anyway, I'm trying to do that before Rise comes out. Hopefully this weekend it'll happen. Let's see, what else did I do? I played a little bit of Nier Automata, even though I've already beaten it like twice and I have all the achievements and all the endings.
Right?
I saw you streaming that to your friends the other day.
Yeah, I was just sort of playing it for whatever reason.
It's a fun one to revisit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Danganronpa 2, I was playing that. That was so much fun. Oh my god. I had all my roommates were here, or the people like my friend group, right? Because with how our COVID stuff works is like we're in like a bubble, so we're allowed to be in the same like room.
Okay, yeah.
So they were all here, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna boot up Danganronpa 2 while they're all here, and we all just like went through the first trial together, and it was a wild time because, oh my god, I don't know if you guys know anything about what happens, but it's like it's so ridiculous. It's just like
games with the boys are great.
It's like it's this dude named Nagito. You know Nagito? He's the meme guy. He's got the spiky hair and the jacket.
I know there's a bear, at least in
there's a bear. Yeah, that one's in all the games. But anyway, Nagito is just like a huge meme. He's like the Sans of Danganronpa. Anyway, that's a really stupid comparison. Why did I say that?
He's like the Sans. Everyone hates him.
Yeah, I mean that he's like the iconic meme character.
Makes you want to punch him in his face sometimes, honestly. I'm just gonna fucking stab him.
Anyway, it was like, oh my god, I was not expecting it to happen, and next time I do it, I'm gonna stream it because the reactions were pretty good, and I think it would make a good stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't know why, but for some reason I decided to try to go through my backlog of games, and I booted up Lost Planet.
Oh,
that game is interesting to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've made it super far. I'm probably like halfway through the game, I'd assume. The story means nothing to me. Like,
yeah.
it's told very poorly, and because like you have like a cutscene, and then you have your mission, and like sometimes the people talk to you during it, and then you have a cutscene afterwards. And there's this one mission where we got split up from somebody else in the group. Well, we didn't get split up. His ship exploded, so we thought he was dead. And then we did another mission, and then like we saw a cutscene with the guy. It's like, it's been so long since we saw you. It's like been one cutscene. So yeah, genius game design.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Would never recommend to anybody.
What, Lost Planet 1? Really?
I might recommend it. Like the animations are really fun. The gameplay itself is fun for the most part, but it can be a little clunky at times.
Is that an old Sega game?
So no, it's a Capcom game.
Oh.
So there's 3 of them. I have all 3, so I'm gonna play them. But
are you playing them on PC?
Yeah.
Okay, so just so you know, you're not gonna be able to play Lost Planet 2 on PC.
Oh, really?
I went through the painstaking process of trying to get that to fucking work on PC. So the reason why you can't play it is because of Games for Windows Live.
Ah.
Yay! Strike again.
So, a while back, I tried getting that game to work and getting it to run and everything like that.
Yeah.
It refused because of the fact that it could not connect to Games for Windows fucking Live, no matter what the hell I did.
That's interesting because
some people found like a workaround with it, and every single time I tried the workaround, it just did not work.
Because GTA 4 you could still play for a while.
No, yeah,
I think they shut down Games for Windows Live like a couple years ago, so I'm not sure about it anymore. But
yeah, they shut that shit down.
But yeah, I saw that. And then speaking of broken games, I just got the news that Nier Automata has a fixed version on
what's
Windows
up with that?
Game Store.
Why?
Or,
the Xbox Game Pass.
Store.
Game Pass, yeah. The Game Pass version of Nier Automata is better than the Steam version?
So yeah, the Steam version,
according to like the promotional material, I haven't heard anything about it from actual people.
Like, why?
Kind of promotional material is just like, yo, it works over here.
Yeah, it's very strange. Like, what?
It works and it has borderless. Like they have to put it in the
they added
material.
okay. The
that
PC
it has
release,
borderless window.
The PC release does not have borderless window, which is really bad for a PC port. But also, like, the fact that they added it like secretly for the Xbox like Game Pass version,
and then they
like
mention it in their material is great.
It's yo, it works better than that shit over there.
It's like,
check this out.
If you knew this was something that the game needed, why did you not add it until now? And why did you not add it to the like version that most people own?
I mean, as much as I hate it, I'm probably gonna buy it anyways.
It's just frustrating
because I hate myself.
The Nier PC port is not
hang
good.
on a sec. Wait. Oh no, it's April. It's the end of April, right? That Replicant comes out.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, something around there. Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff coming out soon, and I cannot wrap my head around it.
Yeah, I've just
I have multiple heads, by the way.
Oh, I've sort of just stopped buying video games mostly because I'm like I can't buy more games even though I want to play these because I need to finish the games that I own. Like it's just it's not sustainable.
I'm not as strong as you. This is why I'm trying to play Lost Planet because I have this backlog of games. I have a disgusting amount of games on Steam.
Yeah.
And I've played maybe 5% of them.
I'm getting there.
Getting to that many games?
Yeah, I'm getting there. Especially with all these fucking sales that keep on happening.
I was gonna say I don't know if either of you have seen my library.
I think I saw like a glimpse of it. It's big.
Yeah, it's pretty enormous.
It's big.
According to Steam, it says 461 games.
It's very big.
That is quite a lot. I'm trying to get through. Let's see, biggest priorities for me. I want to finish the Danganronpa series. Just because I bought all those and they're pretty fun. Like they're just like fun, you know. Like so if you don't take them seriously, like they're a lot of fun.
I don't really even think they're supposed to be taken seriously.
They're definitely not, but some people do. They are very clearly not meant to be taken seriously, but some people are just really edgy about them for whatever reason.
Just like the other show we talked about.
Oh yeah.
He's just like me.
He's just like me. But outside of Danganronpa, I want to finish. What was it? Trails of Cold Steel. I still gotta do that. That game's just so slow. Want to get through. Let's see. What was it? Wasn't there some Switch game? Xenoblade Definitive. I gotta play through that. And I want to finish Tales of Berseria eventually.
I need
DMC 3 through 5.
Wait, you're
gonna finish good Tales games.
DMC 3 through 5.
Oh, jeez, yeah. I want to play that. I almost bought those last night. Just the DMC series.
I've played one.
I know nothing about them. I've heard such good things about them. They're heckin' music games, and that's what I'm all about. And the only reason I haven't bought them yet.
So
the combat is based on the music.
Not really.
Yeah, not really. So it's
not the music is. The music is good because of the combat, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Or at least in DMC 4.
It like the music. Okay, so like the music has like a system that they started adding in a DMC 4 and 5, where like the better you do, the better you do in combat, the more like hyped up and ramped up the music will get.
So I'd be like, regardless, the music's good.
Which actually, there's a really fucking funny story that came with that one.
That's exactly what I know.
Yeah,
the reviewers,
the game reviewers,
sucks, honestly.
Yeah,
the game reviewers, they're like, yeah,
out of themselves, it's like the shittiest players.
That was funny.
I wish the music would have been better. In the combat, it's just not that great.
In my opinion, DMC music is either like really solid or like very not solid.
DMC 2's music is not very great.
There's like tracks in Devil May Cry 1 that were like, oh my god, this is awful. Like the battle theme comes in like
I would listen to that, honestly.
What is this? The battle theme is literally just sirens.
I
mean, it was hilarious. I did enjoy it for how funny it was, but I was like, this was a choice you made.
Yashiro and Mikhail last night, they played Virgil's theme.
Oh, yeah?
So, like, now I'm really into needing to play these games.
Which one? Wait, the DMC 5 one?
I'd assume so. I don't know. It was like really good. It had some singing.
The storm
it was 9 minutes long.
Approaching.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
It was banger.
That's the new one.
Song is so good.
Yeah. Is that on PC?
Yeah, it's on PC.
The Virgil stuff?
Yeah, it's on PC now.
Is it like all the stuff or just Virgil?
So it's okay, so it's Virgil and you can also buy his music pack, which is really weird, but okay, whatever.
Does it have his story? Like, can you fight the new boss at the end?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Literally it's everything that Virgil's supposed to have. It's just there's no legendary Dark Knight mode, and there's no stupid ray tracing thing that literally no one gives a fuck about.
And
if you do give a fuck about it, you're playing games for the wrong reason, I guess.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's just.
You mean you're a PC gamer?
Yeah, I mean it's literally just like there are those people that are like straight up like in your face like it. Okay, it's like you have the people that are straight up in your face like, hey man, if you're not playing games, then you're like you don't care. Then you obviously you don't need to play games anymore. And it's like you mean to tell me that I have to care about games getting more and more photorealistic as time goes on?
How dare you call me out like this?
Like, I understand wanting your game to look. I understand wanting your game to look as beautiful as possible, right?
No, yeah.
Like, I understand that. That's cool, but like, don't base your entire opinion about a certain game or series based on the fact that like, oh, it doesn't run fully at 60, or this game isn't 1080p or 4K or whatever and everything like that. Like most of the games I play, right? I play games that are like 2D side scrollers that like have heavy emphasis on like we're not like this game is not 1080p, but all of our stuff is literally based around like how beautiful, like how pretty our art looks.
I'm upset with myself because I have this kind of thing where I don't really know what it is, but like poor quality takes me out of it, and that's just a personal thing of mine. I'm not going to force that on anybody.
Oh, yeah, if it's super,
like
super poor quality, like the game is super fucking like super janky, and there's no reason for it to be janky, then no.
No, I mean it's the problem is not poor quality. It's non-high quality. It's just like average quality takes me out of the experience, unfortunately, and I dislike that about myself. I don't know what it is. It bugs me. It's a thing with music and instruments too. Like,
if the music is trash, I'm like, I don't know about that.
It's not a healthy prospect though. Like maybe you can understand, but it's certainly not healthy for me because I do a bunch of expensive stuff just because it feels wrong if I'm not paying a bunch of money, which is dumb.
Okay.
It's not based on money, but based on the quality. That is.
Okay. Like you want your stuff to be top line stuff, not like.
Yes. Yeah. It's not necessarily like based on the brand name or anything like that, but just straight up the quality of it. Which again, I hate. I had to get myself a nice monitor because Rocket League looked bad.
No, yeah,
Rocket League of all things.
Yeah.
That was one of my reasons for getting the 144 hertz monitor I got. I was like, I want to look at things in 60, and I looked at things in 60, and I was like, wow, I'm not going back to anything less than this. Jesus Christ.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. I agree that like I can enjoy a game without it needing to have stellar visuals, but I think that smooth presentation is definitely a big part of enjoyment. When I played Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, I emulated it for the DS, right?
Oh yeah.
And being a DS game, the visuals are not super crisp.
Yeah, it's like 60 or something like that.
Yeah, it's very very low resolution, right? But the emulator I was able to upscale it, so that was kind of nice.
Okay.
But I was still able to enjoy that game. I mean, there's a lot of other reasons to have issues with that game, but it's
Kingdom Hearts.
There's
I have an issue.
That's fair. There's a difference between like low. Let's see. How would I say this? There's a difference between like technically lower visuals, like technically inferior visuals, versus stylistically inferior visuals.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like Skyward Sword is a perfect example.
Right.
And when that came out, people were really upset about that, and how like they dumbed down the graphics.
How?
Of course, they did it for technological reasons, but they also did it very, very stylistically.
People give Skyward Sword a lot of flack, but I think there's a lot of things that game does well that I really liked.
I like Fi.
That is a choice. I don't know if I would go that far.
What's wrong with Fi, Coney? Is there a problem?
I don't like that she stops my gameplay to tell me my Wiimote batteries are low.
Yo, dog,
with the slowest possible text speed scroll.
She's giving you a chance to get up and get new batteries, forehead.
The batteries in your remote.
Got it. Thank you, Fi. Thank you so much, Fi. I love you.
Thank you so much.
Let me propose to you. I love you.
I thought she was funny. She was kind of fun.
Tell me your answer now. I don't know.
I didn't love her or anything. I think Midna's cooler.
No, Midna is
of course, Midna is the fucking top tier. If you say otherwise, you're fucking lying.
Yeah.
People just hate on Fi or Fee or Fi Fee. Fee Fi Fo Fum.
I mean, I feel like she's sort of you draw a deliberate comparison from her to Midna, and it's sort of like not much going for her that Midna doesn't surpass her at.
She does surpass Navi.
There's some stuff in there I can get behind.
I do like her dedication. That was really nice. Like her story arc was actually very small.
I'm dead silent, dude. I'm not responding to that.
Midna is top tier.
She's your companion that stays by your side, especially when you sleep.
She was, I don't know, I liked like the whole, like, she did these calculation things that was kind of fun. I also think visually she's pretty cool.
That's true. She's like a blueberry Neapolitan.
Yeah.
You talking about Neapolitan from Ruby?
Shut the heck up! No.
Talking
about the actual ice cream, you dingbat.
I don't know, man. I've never heard Neapolitan ice cream.
All the characters in Ruby could have been so much better utilized.
Yeah, we should have just killed Yang.
I don't agree with that.
Everything I hear about Ruby is like,
it's just
wishing for the fans days. Like really like that it exists, but they don't like anything that they've ever done with it.
It's because like, and it sucks because like once Monty Ohm had like he had the idea he wanted for his show, right? It's one of those things where like they were like literally Bernie Burns is like, hey man, listen, once this season of fucking Red vs. Blue is over, I think it was season 10 he was doing, where they were like they were doing stuff with the freelancers and whatnot. He was like, once this is over, I'll give you however much money you need or everything like that. Now you can just go fucking wild and do your own fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
And like for the first 3 seasons, sure there was like maybe story hinted at here and there and stuff like that, but it was like introducing characters and whatnot. And like he had a clear, concise vision of what he wanted to happen, how he wanted things to go, right? Like, not to mention the fact that he was a mastercraft and like knowing exactly how he wanted fight scenes to look. He was amazing at choreography. Like you can literally go look at like the first 3 seasons to like what we have now for like battle choreography, and you can tell the complete and total difference between them.
Yeah.
And it sucks that he passed away when he did, because like if he was still around, I guarantee you things would not be the way they are in Ruby. In fact, we probably would have actually better. Like, they don't know what the hell they're doing when it comes to story stuff, because like you have characters like Ironwood, who's supposed to be, he's like one of the big bads right now in the story. You wanna know how they're trying to justify him being a complete and total fucking crazy video like cartoon villain? Like the most recent thing he did, right? He was like, I want this character to show up now because this character will do a thing for me that I need them to do. If this character does not show up, I'm going to bomb an entire kingdom.
Oh.
And like the way they tried to justify them writing him the way they did was that his semblance, his like special power that every character gets born with that like activates after a certain time, is this thing they called metal, right?
Yeah.
And it basically reinforces his shit. It like any decision he makes, it reinforces it. Why either consciously or subconsciously, and that's the reason why he's become such a cartoon villain, because he wants to protect the people of Atlas, and so he's willing to just try to bomb an entire part of where a lot of those people live, because he's
especially the slums of his city.
Yeah, like he's like, I'm fine with just trying to bombing the fuck out of this place if you give me unless you give me what I want.
Yeah,
and it's like that. You don't get to justify how you wrote this character by saying that, oh, his semblance did this thing and now it makes him super crazy and evil. No.
Yeah.
And the best thing about it, right, is that you don't even learn about his semblance in the show. They had some kind of podcast thing where like they were sitting around talking about the shows they have going on, and they explained it there. Like, oh yeah, it's his semblance is making him crazy. What? Are you stupid?
That's a Nomura move right there.
I think, to be fair, I think the kind of thing we have to remember about Ruby is that it has always been literally a show made by amateurs. Monty Ohm himself.
I know that.
It's just he's on another level of his own, which is unfortunate.
I understand it's made by amateurs, but like when there's like glaring decision problems that even people in the studio are like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
You gotta stop to think and be like,
Yeah.
maybe not that choice. That'd be stupid.
Yeah.
But fuck them. They work for us. Let's do what the hell we want to. This stupid decision.
Choices
And
are
now
made.
this character is God. Why? Because.
Well, I'm glad I never read into it. I think I'd just be disappointed.
Oh,
it's not a bad show. Go watch it. RoosterTeeth.com/.
Then watch the first 3 seasons and make your decision afterwards, right? To see if you actually want to watch it or not.
Yeah, but if I finish the 3rd season, it's just gonna be like, oh, there's a teaser for season 4, and I'll be like, oh, that looks interesting, and then I'll regret it.
Go watch it, coward.
Nah, I got other things that I'd rather watch.
No, this is true. I've been watching. Oh, hey, talking about our Alice's Sword Art Online discussion last time.
Yo,
I went and looked. Apparently, I'd watched the entirety of season 2.
ah,
So I'm like looking at season 2, and I'm like, okay, where did I leave off in this? And it turns out I watched the whole thing, and I just remembered none of it.
damn. Congrats. Well, now you can start Alicization.
Yeah, I'm on like episode.
Are you ready for
16
progressive?
or something.
Oh wait, how was the goblin fight? The best fight in the show.
I'm upset that I just had the fight of like they're fighting some of like the top knights or whatever, and they just fought the lady girl chick.
That one's pretty good. They did a pretty solid job with that one.
I disagree.
Yeah?
They did some very nice like directing choices and whatnot. But there were a lot of just like still frames that they just kind of pasted next to each other.
I mean the visual quality absolutely takes a plunge.
The directing choices and whatnot, they did keep it hyped, but
I think that the fight itself is decently well choreographed. Like they do some fun there's a bit towards the end of the fight where they're just sort of like doing these like sword moves that feel like really weighty and heavy, and they're like clashing a lot. And then they kind of do this like whole like their hands are moving faster than light, and it's like that was sort of dumb, but up until that point
I returned to like early 90s animation for that.
Yeah. Up until that point I thought it was I think it's one of the better fights in the first half. I haven't watched the second half because it's really funny with how much I talk about it. I don't know how it ends. I have not read the second half.
Okay, yeah. I'll have to tell you.
Yeah.
Are you ready for progressive when that comes out?
I actually am. Progressive is really solid.
You can see all the weird, creepy sex stuff from Asuna's point of view.
That is not what's going to happen because I've read progressive and I can tell you that is not what happens.
I was at work and I was playing a bunch of videos and one of the things that popped up because I can't pull up my phone while I'm on the work floor.
Yeah.
One of the things that started playing and I couldn't skip it because I couldn't find a place to move around because we were doing a changeover at the time. I couldn't find a place to move around to actually go ahead and switch the video. And it was somebody. It was I think it was Mother's Basement that was like explaining some of the stuff that happens in progressive and whatnot.
Yeah.
And like one of the things he explained was that he in like vivid detail of like how much he hated it was there's this scene where like Austin is like taking a shower and the writer goes in like painstaking detail every single thing that's happening while she's in the bath, right?
Yeah.
And then while she's taking the bath, like Kirito's like in her room, like searching through panties and trying to find something like that.
I don't remember.
And he's like commenting on how like why does she need so many pairs of panties? What the fuck's going on with that?
I think I remember a similar scene, but I don't think she was bathing. I think it was like Kirito had to like find a bomb or something, and he was like digging through her dresser or something. And then she got really mad at him. But from what I remember, I haven't read all of Progressive, but I thought it was like a fun sort of rom-com action adventure kind of thing, you know? It's just like sort of little episodic things. It's more episodic than the later seasons of SAO, and I think it harkens back to the earlier seasons, but it's like the beginning of the first season, but it's much less like rushed. It's a very slow thing where you're seeing these characters gradually get to know each other. And from what I read of it, I enjoyed it. I didn't have too many complaints with it, to be honest. I mean, of course, there's the standard anime hijinks occasionally, but not nearly as egregious as many other things that I've seen.
Oh well. In any case, past 2 weeks for me have been all right, I guess. Work sucked this week. It was trash.
Yeah.
It's mostly just and I'm not going to go too into detail because it's like boring shit.
Yeah.
It's like I work in a factory, and like the factory I work at, we make trash bags, and like the machines we have working, some of them are pretty old. Some of them have been around for a while, and it's just basically an entire thing of like it's like for like an entire week straight, the machines have been acting up, and like I'll go in, reset the entire thing because I'll go in there, reset the entire thing, take all the stuff out, put it back the way it's supposed to, and then it'll do the exact same thing. And I call the operator over. I'm like, hey man, listen, thing is doing this thing, right? And he'll go in there, reset it, and then he'll fucking sit there for a second watching it. It won't do it. Then he'll walk away. And 5 minutes later, I walk back over, and the thing's doing the exact same thing. And I'm like, I swear to God, if you don't get over here and fix this, I'm gonna put my foot so far up your ass. I'm gonna go to the hospital for having you surgically removed.
I hate that. Jesus.
I get to the point where I'm sitting there getting to the point where I'm like, I'm gonna fucking kill someone, and then someone walks over, man, you shouldn't be so upset, blah blah blah, this and that. Eventually you get your turn to be an operator. You just need to chill out and calm down and wait for a minute. I'm like, that's not the reason I'm pissed off. I'm gonna slap you. I'm gonna actually slap you, you motherfucker. But yeah, it's just like an entire week of that, and then like just me wanting to pull my hair out because I'm tired of walking back and forth and fixing this thing and going back over and stacking all the boxes supposed to stack, and then looking over and seeing the thing messing up over, and then I'm like, oh well, that's fun, and looking over at the other machine and seeing that one mess up, and it's like, I'm gonna lose my mind. I hate this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was work. Had someone try to steal my dog.
I heard about that.
Yeah, that was awful.
Yeah.
Kidding.
Yeah, like I got called yesterday from my mom after I got off work. I'm like, hey, listen, we need to go get the dog. And like basically someone tried to steal the dog, trying to use them as leverage to get one of the puppies that she just had from us.
That's awful, man.
Yikes.
I was like, dude, that's like cartoonishly stupid.
Yeah, it's like actual like cartoon villain. Like what?
If we take the dog, we can get the puppy from there.
The puppies and we can make a fur coat.
like I'm just sitting there like, fuck is wrong? Who
are you?
Who the fuck?
Strange.
It's
all better now, right? Or
it's all better now. It's all better now. She's home. She's with the puppies. She hates dealing with the puppies right now because she's trying to wean them and they want to eat, and every time they run up to her, they start trying to like suck on her, get food.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, not this, not today. No, go away. The puppies are getting older. They're cute now. They're still cute. They're not gonna be cute when they get older, but it's whatever. Maybe Junior. Junior has like the long. Junior has kind of like looks like he's gonna be like the kind of the shaggy puppy dog thing.
Yeah.
I love him. He's cute. He hates being picked up because I'm too tall. But he hates it because like I'm like 6'2".
Yeah.
And like when I pick him up and walk around, he's looking down like, man, if I fall down, that's it. That's it, man.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of trust he's putting in you.
So he's like, after a minute of being so high up, he's just whimpering, and I like go and sit down somewhere. Then he's good.
Yeah.
Snow, the other one, we're trying to we're keeping. she's starting to get to the point where she's like, I want to tease now, and like every single dog I've had that I've like raised from like puppy to the adolescent to adult or whatever, has been like, yo, Xereas got some hands. I'm gonna chew on them now.
Oh no.
Because my hands are like giant. My hands are like fucking boulders. So like they just sit there and just chew on them. I'm like, yep, this is my life now.
Yeah.
It's cute. I love her.
Wow.
I'm just a giant teething chew toy over here.
Yeah.
It's the same thing Oreo did when he was growing up. He was like, yo, I'm gonna chew on this guy's hands real quick.
He's got big meaty hands, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. No, fuck. I am now sitting at 32 gigs of RAM on my computer now.
Oh.
Super happy about that one. I can finally run multiple games at once. Well, I could before, but now I can try to run Doom Eternal on 2 different screens at the same time.
Why would you need to do that?
As I want to test and see how much I can burn my computer.
Are you running just like 2 instances of the game on the same computer?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is about getting new parts.
I'm gonna do
what is the reason?
Just to see if I can.
That's the thing about getting new hardware. Like you test it once and then you never use it again.
Well, like I would like the main reason why I wanted to get 32 was because I was seeing it 21 before, and I don't like I think it was either 21 or 20. Yeah, it's like 21. I don't like the prospect of having an odd number be what my thing is set on. So I'm gonna go ahead and say screw it and get 32.
See, I would do the same thing. I cannot blame you for it. As much as I hate it, I would literally do the same thing.
Like I was having issues every once in a while of like looking like and I'm sure it's a setting in the game or whatnot. I'm pretty sure for some other games it's not the setting. The issue where I would have a game running on one screen, right? And I would look over something else and it's like running at like a lower frame rate because it's trying to put all of the RAM storage to whatever I'm playing at the time. So yeah, that, and then like plus I just want my shit to run a good thing.
Right? Yeah. I've been thinking the things my computer needs. Well, definitely doesn't need, but the next things that I should get would be RAM, maybe an M.2, and graphics card.
Mm-hmm. I'm sitting on a 2070, so I'm good for a while, I guess.
I'm on a 2070 Super.
Hey.
Got dual 1070 Ti's in SLI.
Oh.
I mean, I only use one of them most of the time anyways because SLI doesn't work. It's broken and everything.
Damn.
I also got a capture card, so I'm happy with that.
Oh, for what?
For Switch and PS4, you know.
Nice.
Oh, you don't use PS4 remote play? What a pleb.
How dare I even think about using that?
Doesn't that like lag to hell?
It lags so. There's so much frame delay. It makes me want to die.
One time I tried to play a fighting game on Steam Remote Play once.
God!
Oh, Steam! No.
Ugh!
It was not good.
Well, because PS4 remote, the way I've set it up is I have Ethernet cables running between everything. It actually worked pretty dang good.
Yeah.
And certainly, like for game capture, it was actually really nice because I could turn my screen to be coming from the PS4 and then actually use the remote play and capture that rather than using a capture card because I don't have one. So that's what I did back in the day.
I used this auto streaming thing on PS4 for when I was streaming Kingdom Hearts back a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in any case, I have my capture card now. It works nice and good, so I'm going to be using that.
Nice.
So when I decide to start streaming things in the future, I will be using that.
Nice.
Yeah. And I will be happy with that. And I don't have to find some kind of weird jank setup to set up my PS4 to play games on my screen.
Yeah.
That was the other thing is I also janked somehow. I figured how to jank and connect my tower PC to my laptop via Ethernet,
and
then use the laptop as a streaming computer. And that went about as well as you could expect.
Nice. nice. Oh.
Yeah.
There is one thing I completely forgot to talk about last podcast. You guys feel like being fucking Final Fantasy VII fucking Battle Royale fucking streamers now?
I'm gonna kill you.
If you boot that game up once, I will never speak to you again.
I'm gonna
Xereas
play it.
He's
You know damn well I'm gonna play it. There's nothing.
I am not surprised, but I am disappointed.
I saw because the copyrights had been
First Soldier, yeah.
The trademarks for Ever Crisis and First Soldier had been like locked down for a while, and nobody knew what the hell it meant.
Mm-hmm.
And then they showed off Integrate, and it shows Yuffie, and I'm super fucking happy about that. It showed off Yuffie and her buddy Sonon, who is going to fucking die.
He's so dead, yeah. He's a new character, right?
He's a new character.
Yeah, he's so dead.
Fucking murdered on screen as fast as
so
possible.
Dead.
And it's going to explain why Yuffie does not like the deep ground soldiers.
Yeah.
That Brass has no idea about, but he doesn't have to worry about them because it's just Dirge Cerberus shit. No one likes that.
Exactly.
He'll
probably get killed by the guy who looks like Jin from Xenoblade.
He's going to be killed by Weiss. That's who that character, or how people say it because they want to be fucking snooty pieces of shit. Weiss.
It's German.
Weiss.
Fuck off. Fucking stupid shit. I get it. Other languages fucking exist. I'm English. I only speak English. I don't speak fucking French or fucking Japanese.
Pronounce this right.
I know. I know. Fucking. I know the bare minimum of fucking Spanish, like, which is barely nothing at all. When it comes to things, if I find out how exactly they're supposed to, we had a fucking discussion in the Breakfast Club about fucking Kate Sith.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
still mad about it.
Still mad about that.
There's a huge world out there that you are just too stubborn.
I am in Texas. Texas is the world as far as I'm
Texas is a bad world, man.
It's a bad world.
It's so
not great. We're all fucking just completely and totally ignorant down here.
So bad. No.
Anybody tries to tell me that we're not stupid, you need to walk outside and go talk to like some random person you meet in the street somewhere and see how they feel about the current politics situation or how other things are doing. Imagine how south that'll go.
Yeah.
There's like been multiple times I've been at like when I was working at the prison that like things turned into like damn near fist fights because one person was like, "Yeah, no, I believe this." The fuck do you say?
Gee.
That's not.
It's so Texas is stupid.
Some things just happened this week. I'm Asian American.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm African American. Look at the stuff. Fucking no.
You got a lot going on. I can't even.
Yeah, but in any case, fucking like yes, I get it. His name is Vice. Well, I'm not gonna worry about him because he's
to be fair,
I have to worry about him. Never mind.
In your defense, when people try to say Vice instead of Weiss, it sounds bad. Like Vice in an American accent.
I just don't like the character. The character just shouldn't exist. So I don't care how his name is supposed to be pronounced.
It's a completely different tangent, my dude.
He should just not be there. Look at that. It's Hojo's sexy body that he just hijacked from someone. Yeah, that's the story? Yeah, that's the story. Okay.
That's Hojo?
Yeah.
What?
Okay. In the later part of Dirge of Cerberus, and like I said, Brass, it doesn't matter. Fuck that stupid game. In the later, so at some point you kill Weiss, right?
Uh-huh.
And then fucking it turns out that Hojo had Hojo during a part that's gonna happen later, when we get to it, decided to upload his consciousness to the internet.
Oh, I'm no longer listening.
He uploaded his consciousness to the internet, and at some point when you finally kill Weiss, Hojo then proceeds to use his internet mind consciousness to
Data Hojo?
Data Hojo has now taken over Weiss's body, and you're now fighting Weiss, fucking the stupid half-naked dude that you see 24/7 walking around half-naked because they never want to put a fucking shirt on his ass. And they finally put a shirt on his ass in the new trailer. Hooray, thank God, still erased that character. They finally put a shirt on his ass. And it's like
on his ass?
Because I don't want to see his ass. I don't want to, but they fucking no. But like, you have fucking Vincent has this cool anime fight with this half naked dude with two gun katanas.
Oh,
yeah, fucking Dirge of Cerberus is stupid.
They had to have a Sephiroth parallel.
Dude, Dirge of Cerberus is so fucking stupid because it actively kind of hurts Vincent's character.
Yeah.
Because like there are parts where they're explaining things about Vincent and like he's talking about Lucretia and how he loves Lucretia and stuff like that, and Lucretia is like actively NTRing him in the next room.
Oh no!
And he's just like, yeah, that's the woman I love. As long as she's happy, I'm happy. And she's like, yeah, Vincent's stupid. Science, because Lucretia's so stupid. God, that game is so fucking stupid. Jesus Christ, that game is so fucking stupid. Oh, it hurts how stupid that game is. Fuck.
I have not heard you this passionate. I don't think about anything.
Everyone that I talk to knows that I love Final Fantasy VII. Yeah. Dirge of Cerberus is not a good game. Like, sure, it's fun to play, and it's cool. It's like, yeah, cool. You could play as Chaos Vincent. Yeah, that's awesome, right? Everything else surrounding that, the story leading into it and whatnot, is just the stupidest fucking thing. It is so bad. and then the ending, and then the fucking stupid secret ending of the game, like, has fucking Genesis walk out on screen with like his giant dumb black wing, and he has like this weird kind of like Antonio Banderas accent. And he's like, "It is not yet time for slumber, my brother. We must go." And it's like, it just takes the fuck off with Weiss's dead body.
Were they setting up a sequel to Dirge of Cerberus?
They were trying to set up extra stuff.
Oh no!
For later things to happen, and then Dirge of Cerberus didn't do too well, and a lot of people were like, "Fuck you, get out of here, leave me alone."
Yeah. Well, that's what remake is for.
I hate it. Just
we'll have to see.
I'll show you some scenes from that later.
So did you say you were playing Rise?
Yeah, Rise is fun.
Dude, I love the movement.
That's another thing, Brass. Like fucking me and Comey like fucking Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter's been like 480, like 360 to 480p for like the longest time.
Yeah, did you play? What was your favorite Monster Hunter?
Freedom Unite in the PSP.
Wow.
Game sucks.
Monster Hunter on the PSP.
That game sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so.
Yeah, Monster Hunter first started off on the PS2, then went on to PSP, in which it blew up on PSP because everyone's like, "Oh, this game is fun." And then you play the later games, and you're like, "Wow, this game's fucking trash." Oh my god! Like every Monster Hunter game will introduce like some kind of new mechanic or whatever. Like in Monster Hunter Tri, we had swimming. It was Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. We had swimming, right?
Yeah. No, just 3.
It was just 3. Okay. Yeah. Monster Hunter 3 had swimming. Monster Hunter 4, they were like, let's just do lateral movement and like give you climbing, and climbing feels so much better than anything that swimming could have ever done. I still like swimming. I would like to see it in like a very lesser done way that you don't have to worry about trying to fight things, and that is as much as swimming is cool. I'm like, oh god, this. Ugh.
Yeah, but, it was their attempt at adding verticality to the franchise, and it sort of was kind of, I don't know. It's like, I don't hate underwater, but it makes you feel slow, you know?
It makes you feel slow, and then monsters are just like zipping across the screen.
The monsters are all really fast, and you're just like really slow underwater.
Yeah. And then like certain monsters had like things where they were just like do AoE things out of nowhere that like you weren't far enough because of how big they are because you're in the water. Yeah.
I do think it was a fun idea though.
Yeah, it's a fun idea.
I mean, I think 4 just basically did that, but better, you know?
Yeah, 4 was like, just climb a wall.
Right.
Do all kinds of cool anime stuff jumping off the wall.
And everybody loved that, and then that's what they stuck with.
And they were like, hey, jump off a cliff, slap that thing in the face.
Right.
Alright, cool. This game, Rise, is adding fucking ziplining, and now you're just
literally crazy.
You're just doing fucking Tenchu shit as you zip across the screen.
Yeah.
Like the monster, like fucking Narga, like just looking at the pass of like Nargacuga being able to jump from jump from everywhere, and like now just imagining like Narga's doing that while you're also doing that at the same exact time.
Yeah. I'm surprised at how like good it feels. Like,
oh yeah.
With how complex adding a system that allows for that much freedom and movement is, I'm surprised it feels so good.
Oh yeah. It feels really good. I like it.
Yeah. It's and, like, I love there's
mechanics come from it.
I feel like there's a lot you can like there's a lot of freedom in how you can control your character now.
Oh yeah. It feels great.
From an outside's perspective, like the game, it looks good.
Yeah, it's fun.
I can't hate on that.
Like they hide the fact that for fidelity by all the movement.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I mean, visually, of course, it's not as good as World, but
yeah, and like they hide that by like you're moving fast 24/7, so you can't see the things that are happening. Or at least you can't see the model that is substantially lower definition than everything else is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like it's what they should have. Honestly, what they should have done with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Because like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite looks fucking ugly as hell.
Yeah, and everyone looks like they're made out of plastic.
Oh, game disappoints me so much.
Well, good thing it'll be the last Marvel vs. Capcom game.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, in accordance to, it's coming off of that and my hurt feelings. I guess we segue into the main topic of discussion today.
Sure.
Fucking asshole. Fucking piece of shit. And just coming out of nowhere and breaking my heart like this.
Yeah.
Comey finds one way out of like the 20 ways I go to hurt his feelings.
I hit you where it hurts.
Yeah, exactly. With me, it's just Comey like, oh no, don't say that word. Oh, he did it. Damn. With Comey,
rats.
And then when it's like Comey coming after me, he's like, hey, so this game series you love is just fucking dead.
It's
I'm like,
dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, come at me about Bravely Default and I'll cry just as hard.
What are you talking about? Bravely Default's not dead.
Yeah, I know it's not dead, but okay. Have I talked about this? It's extremely frustrating. The devs officially came out and apologized for Bravely Second.
What?
They officially came out and apologized for what I thought was the best game in the franchise.
Wait, what? Why?
They came out and said, we think that Bravely Second did not live up to fans' expectations and we're very sorry. Thus, we've decided to abandon the original Bravely timeline and reboot the series.
Oh no, Comey!
And they set up the third game at the end of the second. And I was like, wow, that was great. I can't wait for the third. And then freaking 4 years later, they're like, that game sucked, actually. Here's a new franchise. Like, what? It's so baffling.
Number 3 or something?
They called it Bravely Default 2. And I was like, oh, maybe they're just like pretending it's not connected to the old games. And it's secretly Bravely Third. Nah. It's just, as far as I understand, I haven't played it, but I've heard it has literally no connection to the old games.
That sucks, especially considering what goes on with Tiz.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Damn.
It's just like I'm sure it's fine, but from what I understand, the combat is basically like, okay, so they removed the whole like you choose the actions at the beginning of the turn. Now it's like based on speed. I don't know. It doesn't seem as fun to me, and
That's weird. Jesus.
it's very frustrating because I thought that they had a like perfect combat system, and then they were basically just like, actually, we hate that, and we're gonna just remake it. And it's like, what? Who wanted this? Like, why did you do this? It's also another thing. They in an interview they said, "Yeah, we anticipated that the changes we made to the combat system would not be popular with fans, but we decided to do them anyway." It's like,
I heard about
what?
that.
Dude, why did you do it?
Why did you do
I heard
it?
about that.
You thought no one would like this, and you said, do it anyway. Like, why?
Someone like this is stupid and that's doing it or doing something else
It's
entirely.
so baffling, man.
Well, in any case, as I was saying, damn, that sucks. Anyway,
Damn, bro, that sucks.
So our topic of discussion today is how much genuine emotion can you actually feel from certain pieces of media.
Mm-hmm.
What that entails is basically just like how much of what you feel is actual real emotion towards the thing, like in that like actual emotion you would feel between like two people, right?
Yeah.
Like, man, I love my mom, I love my dad, stuff like that. As compared to like, man, I love Cloud.
I think it's equal.
How much do I?
think
probably even both.
It's different.
I love
but
Cloud
would say
like a
that
brother.
Yeah, because it's different.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know how to explain it besides.
Recently, which is actually kind of still on point. Recently, I've been playing through FF7 for Brass because he's like, I'm scared of turn-based battles. They make me feel scared.
Did you say this, Prez? Prez, you better not have really said this.
From my memory, no. Is it true? Yeah.
Damn.
But I'm playing through the game. I'm playing through the game for him, and we got up to the big scene.
The big death scene.
The big death scene where Eric gets shish kebabbed. And you're like, wow, Sephiroth, what the fuck? And he's like, haha, now you're broken emotionally. What do I do now? I know, I'm going to blow up the world.
Essentially.
But we got to that, and then we actually got up to finally rebuilding Cloud from the ground up because he was busted.
Rebuilding Cloud.
We can rebuild him. We have
can make him stronger.
We can rebuild him. We have the Mako energy. A lot of
the Mako energy.
Who knows?
Every time people say Mako energy, I think they're like doing a parody of FF7, but then I remember it's real.
The power of the life stream.
The power of Mako energy.
Dimension. God, it's good. Let's just use it more.
Part of me forgets that this is not indeed a different franchise from 14. And
yeah.
In fact, and you're like, man, fucking Yushitola sucks. Why can't she just crawl out like everyone else does?
You say Cloud fell into the live stream. It's like, wow, that sounds like really dumb. Why would somebody name something like the live stream? It's so like overbearing.
And then you remember that literally the same thing happened in 14.
Yushtola's weak.
But we got up to those big scenes in which I'm gonna probably be playing it later for Brass if he's up to it.
We have to I can't have it tonight. Until after. Sorry.
No, you're good. Just let me know if you're free at any point in time. We can go ahead and keep going from there. But we got up to those big scenes, and that actually kind of made me think about a question: is like, how much of this is actually real? Because I've seen Eric's death scene multiple times through either the actual game or like stupid memes or just whatever, people posting it. People talking about like, oh, the worst scene in video game history is this.
The
it's
worst
like,
scene, yeah, okay.
Yeah. But like, it's one of those moments where like I played through this game multiple times and I know what happens. right? It's kind of like Zach's death scene at the end of Crisis Core. You've seen it, you know it's going to happen, but it's like, damn, this actually hurts, right? It's like, how much of that am I actually feeling, or is it how much of it is just like how much of it is actual real feeling compared to just like what everyone in the game, what everyone in the game is feeling.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess it's like mostly like tone and stuff like that. It's like everyone else is feeling that, and this, well, I guess I should feel it too, right? How much of it, like how much of it is like I actually feel that? Damn, to this fictional character, I don't know.
I should have thought about this more before I came. This is my fault, but I think kind of the answer is empathy. Like, what happens is it's not that you are feeling for these characters, but you are feeling what the characters are feeling. And you're sad in response to that, at least in the case of Aerith in Final Fantasy VII and many of the other games. But these characters are experiencing their emotions through the storytelling, and we become sad based off of that. Or we become sad based off of what characters in that universe would feel like in the case of like a death without any other characters around, for example. But I would consider that different from real life in the fact that we don't have extended interpersonal relations with these characters as we do with normal people.
Yeah.
Whereas like a parent's death or something, that's going to weigh on you for the rest of your life, but you can go back and watch Aerith's death a billion times in a row.
Rewatching my mom die on YouTube 60 times in a row.
Because I mean, it's like when it comes to like video games or like different media and stuff like that, when a character dies, unless you're like Attack on Titan, in which like it just happens, and you're like, oh well, shit, damn. When it comes to different games and media, when a character is either killed or whatnot, it's somewhat of like a celebrated moment in which like there's like spectacle going on and like there's music playing and you hear all the noises of stuff that's going on and stuff like that, as compared to like you look at a video online of someone's kid being run over by a car and it's just like, oh yeah.
See for yourself, buddy.
Like there's no like
I
there's
definitely
no,
do that in my spare time.
Oh yeah.
Man,
I got a couple in the backlog I gotta get through. Yeah, I totally get what you mean though. It's I think a lot of the times the part of the reason is that death scenes in stories are very different from death scenes in real life. Death scenes in stories are often meant to fulfill a dramatic purpose, where it's the end of someone's character arc, right? It's them like sacrificing themselves for their cause, right? Or something like that. Whereas death scenes in real life are not as clean and like and
it's
dramatic, it's more just like,
and just to be clear, it doesn't even have to be like the death scenes. It'll be like the character falling, this character or this person in real life falling in love, or this person finally figuring themselves out and actually wanting to go out into the world and do things, as in like game or in real life or whatnot, right? It's like when these moments happen in real life, they're not super celebrated. They're not big spectacles, unless sometimes maybe it is, unless someone's like, proposing to their wife or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're like big celebrating moments, like they do in like fucking jumbotron at like football games. Like, yo, Marion, will you marry me? And then she's like, no. Why did you put this out in public?
That's bad. That's bad. You hate to see that. That's rough. You do not make you don't do that kind of thing unless you're absolutely certain that they would say yes. I'd probably ask beforehand before I did that.
Yo, is it cool if I proposed to you on the jumbotron?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta make sure they're okay with that. Like, that might be something that they're not cool with.
Oh man.
Anyway,
no, but
yeah,
it doesn't necessarily have to be the death scene or whatever. It'll be this person like figuring out what they want to do with life, or falling in love, or whatever thing, right?
Yeah.
Because like when you're out in public somewhere and you like think a girl is cute, there's no like theme of love playing in the background, right? You're like, damn. You're like, damn,
I
she's
wish,
cute.
dude.
You're like, damn, she's cute, and you just kind of go about your day.
Oh no, my brain.
As compared to a video game where it's like if someone's like, yo, that girl's hot. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Yeah. That's what this is what we're doing.
I wish I had a hot girl theme.
Theme of hot.
Theme of attractive woman.
Theme of possible love interest.
I guess here's the way I'd say it. I'd say it's kind of like these characters when you see the interactions of somebody completely unrelated to you on the internet, it means nothing to you.
Mm-hmm.
And in the same way, if we were to just kind of see these characters in a game, it doesn't really mean much to you either. And the music and the camera angles and stuff, that's kind of like an express way to kind of bring us into their character easier than if we were to just like know nothing about them, I guess.
So what you're saying is mostly personal connection with said thing.
But I wouldn't call it any less important of an emotion. So yeah, video games and media, it is an imitation of real life, but I would not call that any less of an emotion, if that makes sense.
Okay, I can see that.
I think it certainly depends on your personal attachment to the media. A lot of times, you have a story that really resonates with you, like maybe it connects to something in your personal life.
Tommy's case, Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah.
Theme of more than twice his age girl.
Hang on a second. But it's
boy meets weird mechanical networking female that will now change his life.
Yeah, this is something that's relatable to me.
He's like, yo, this girl I saw the other day on the computer, I was like, damn, she's gonna change my life.
I hate it here.
But it's I think that there's a certain level of detachment, right? When you're viewing any kind of art, right? One of the things about viewing art is that it isn't real. And like when you watch a play, right? You see someone get murdered and you don't go, "Oh my god, call the police. This man just got murdered." Like you can recognize that it is fake and still have an attachment to what's happening. And I think that that's a really important part of viewing stories. And I think that, you can argue that the emotions that you receive from these things are less, but I think that it's important that they're less, right? Because no one wants to go to a play and actually witness a death. It's like these things are simulations of real feelings because the real feelings themselves are things that we don't want to have on our minds, in a casual setting.
Yeah.
Now the next step is to actually make them feel the real thing.
To kill one of their family members during the performance.
What Comey is saying basically is that emotions are not real and we should all feel nothing inside.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
All of it's an illusion. We're in a simulation.
Yes. I don't know. I feel weird saying that they're like lesser emotions. Maybe they're just different.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's just straight up different.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a bad thing, of course.
Right.
I guess it can actually even go on to like an even bigger conversation of like how exactly the mind works when it comes to actually, emotion, like the emotional standpoint, because of which like you have sad and there's like sad, and there's like depressed sad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have happy, then there's like happy, then there's like I'm happy for you. Yeah. One of those feelings of just like, hey, this guy did something that I wanted to do, and like it's super cool that he did it, but like, fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. I hope you die.
But yeah, it's just a topic that I'm personally very interested in. I haven't done any research or work on it, regrettably, but it's something I really love to think about. Is like the kind of the way that creators use their medium to make you feel an emotion.
Mm-hmm.
So like the reason why Angel Beats makes most people just cry their face off, melt their face, versus maybe something like Full Metal Alchemist, which has a completely different emotion, or something that people don't care about, like the ending to Death Note. And why it is that we have these different emotional responses.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, I know one of the actual ways that one of the Kitase here in Kitase, one of the pretty much like the pretty much the scenario writer for FF7. One of the ways he actually injected into the story was that like at the time his mother had passed away, and like I've said before to you, Brass, like the main theme of Final Fantasy VII is dealing with loss. And like there's a lot of characters in that game that like will lose something, like Barrett losing his entire village and losing his entire village to Shinra because they basically like said that after goading them for like the longest time, finally set up a reactor in there, and when the reactor finally got put up, it got blown up, and so Shinra went after them and basically killed his entire village. And like the way he deals with his loss and his grief was that he flashed out and he was like, "I'm going to kill everyone at Shinra," right? When it comes to Eris's adopted mother, I don't remember her name at the time. Her adopted mother basically like lost her husband when like her husband was out at war at the time because they were having war with Shinra and Wutai. The entire time she was waiting to hear stuff from her husband, hadn't heard anything like that. When she found Aerith, Aerith's mother was basically dying. Was like, "Hey, take my kid," right?
Yeah.
And like at some point or another, Aerith came down the stairs as she was raising her and was like, "Hey, listen, you just lost somebody really important to you, and he doesn't want you to feel sad, but he wants you to know that he wants you to know that he loves you and everything like that, right?" And she didn't think anything of it. She was like, just talking weird kid shit. The fuck isn't that right? And then she got a letter out of nowhere saying that her husband had passed away. The way she kind of dealt with that was she kind of like channeled everything she could into raising Aerith. The way Aerith dealt with her mother passing away was basically living on because she knew that eventually one day she'd see her again, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty much just almost every character in that game goes through some kind of different like arc when it comes to dealing with their loss. And so it worked very well, albeit sad to hear that he lost his mother like while FF7 was going on. But a lot of the reason why that game hits as hard as it does is because the person writing it at the time was feeling those real emotions.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
And that kind of goes into my experience as a music composer and whatnot. I actually went through, I think I've told you guys a little bit, but I went through a composition class while I was in college. And our music professor essentially told us, this is his quote. He said, I'm not telling you to do drugs, but I'm not telling you to do drugs.
What?
In kind of an effort to speak on different hallucinogenics and how they affect. Give me a sec.
Call me. Listen, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you not to take ADHD medicine to concentrate better in 14.
but it kind of in this how
you could
people use different
people
use different things to elicit different responses in themselves to see what happens. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, I'm listening. It's just
sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, bro. I said I could triple weave.
It's just like the most excited. Just triple weave. My God.
Finally, the elusive triple weave.
It'll be there
after all these years.
Who needs to move to Japan?
Yeah, I gotta move closer to the server.
Crack up some Adderall. Oh, but no, just kind of in how he was able to elicit those storytelling things because he was immersed in that. How some artists they chase those different feelings by experimenting with hallucinogenics and whatnot. Yeah.
And that I mean that is true because like you look at someone like Jimi Hendrix and like his entire album Purple Rain.
Yeah, and again, I'm not not recommending any of this.
Don't do
anybody. Just rationalizing and comparing. Please do not kill your family in order to feel what loss is for a medium.
I want to write a really good story. Where's my dog?
No, I'm against Brass on this one. Kill your family so you can know true feeling. Like freaking, that's a freaking Sephiroth move. Be like, I need to feel.
Find out. Yeah, find out you're actually a fucking government experience so you can feel more.
Bruh.
When was the last time we felt anything? Is that literally like Zemnis quote?
That was yeah.
When was the last time any of us felt anything?
Yeah, that was fucking. What was it? I think it was Zaldin. Fucking, they were talking.
Oh,
they were sitting at the table, and like fucking someone was like he said he can feel sore, and someone was like, when was the last time any of us felt anything? It's like, yeah. And it just like, and then it spins the camera around to look at the rest of the people, and they're like, I don't fucking know, man.
The Council of Depressed People.
The Council of I don't feel anything. I just want to die.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid picture you sent me a Xenoblade. I don't want to die. No, I want to die. No, me first.
Yeah. Xenoblade 2 really just a race for people trying to end themselves. It's
I'll get there first. No, me.
As I know nothing about Xenoblade, this is very enlightening as to what this is.
Yeah, Xenoblade 2 specifically. It's just like spoilers, but it's like the main characters, or like the two of the main protagonists and like all of the main villains are just trying to end the world and end themselves.
Fucking Jen.
And they're all racing each other to get to the top of the tree so they can tell the architect to end the world.
Wait, really? Oh,
yeah, and also to kill them. Because they're like immortal beings, and they're like, please, I want to die.
Yo, I did it. Now let me die. What?
Yeah, so that's... And then Rex is like, hey, get some help. That's basically the plot of Xenoblade 2.
And he's like, hey, Pyra, yeah? No.
No, don't do that.
No. You need to stay for reasons.
I need you.
My reasons.
Oh, God.
The reasons that everyone draws porn of online.
Ah!
Yeah, it always goes back to that.
Always back to the porn really with you.
Escape. Have you seen that game?
Which one?
Have you seen the fucking character designs in that game?
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
I really like the one. Like, she has like half her body missing. We showed that like.
Wait, what?
You showed me the character and like half their body was like invisible. It was great.
Yeah.
Adnine.
Adnine, yeah.
Yeah, Adnine.
Like, fuck, what the hell?
She's cool. Yeah. I like Adnine.
She's cool. She's a bookworm. She fucking doesn't deal with shit, and she's kind of snarky with her shit.
Yeah. I think she has one of the better designs. I mean, I don't mind that there has such a variety of art styles in the blade designs. I just think that I wish that less of them were sexy anime girls.
Yo, let's for the next 30 minutes, let's talk about Xenoblade. We already finished the topic.
I like it's just also some of them are just like Dahlia.
God.
With the nail high heels.
She's like so Dahlia's like she's your furry character, but she's like a bunny furry. And she has like the biggest chest area.
It's kind of absurd.
What do you call it, a chest area?
I'm not gonna say tiddly doos.
It's like it's really strange because the way they write Dahlia is not the way that they design Dahlia.
It's so God,
like
man.
They design her to like she's doing this pose with her hand like biting her nail and like she's like posing and then she talks and she's like, "Hey guys, what's up?" It's like, what?
Is she like a
hello?
Oh, are they not all different character designers?
They're all different.
A bunch of different character designers.
Okay.
Tetsuya Murray gets in there with multiple characters.
Yeah, he designs the villains.
A lot of characters, in fact.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny because like when that game was like coming out and like I was seeing some of this, I was like, "Yo, is that a Kingdom Hearts?" And it turns out it's a Kingdom Hearts. Wow.
Yeah.
It's one of the funniest things that it comes from like Nomura's like art style and like him drawing pictures of anything like that. You're like, "Yo, it's that guy who drew Kingdom Hearts stuff."
Yeah. It's very recognizable art style.
Yeah, I would say he tries to do different things sometimes, like when it comes to Tweety, The World Ends With You.
Yeah.
And like you can see it and you're like, "Yo, that's a cool thing." And you're like, "That's just Nomura doing his thing again, isn't it?" Yeah.
Nomura's trying a different pencil this time.
I just compare that to seeing Akira. Wait, what's his name? Toyama Akira? Picking Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Akira.
Dragon Ball, and then like seeing
and then Dragon Quest.
Yeah, Dragon Quest. That's the one. Or the Ghibli stuff, and then Ni no Kuni.
Oh yeah. Fucking Akira Toriyama, like him.
Sorry, I gotta finish my thought before I finish it. Also, just like seeing certain manga and then going and seeing certain doujin.
Yeah.
Man.
Like,
you didn't have to finish that thought.
You know, so I'm like, oh yeah. Here comes Kosuke doing his job. Here comes Seo. Hell yeah. No. It's like fucking playing Smash and like fucking seeing the Dragon Quest Warrior come out, and I was like, yo, and he has this fucking super. I was like, look at all these fucking Dragon Ball rejects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the character designs are vastly inferior to the Dragon Ball designs.
Have you seen some of the new Dragon Ball designs coming out?
Well, you're right. I haven't.
The newest arc, literally, he just looks like a fucking Chrono Trigger character. Oh my god, he looks like such a Chrono Trigger character. Holy shit!
Who?
Is that also Akira Toyama?
What happened? What happened?
Is that also the same character designer?
Yeah. Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross is still Akira Toriyama. No, fucking the newest character, like his like entire race is like based off of like cereal. At least the naming can.
Oh,
because when it comes to the Namekians, they're all based off of fucking, I think it's like woodwind instruments or something like that.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, okay.
And then the Saiyans, all their names are based off of like different vegetables, which is why
he do that.
I don't know.
Why did he have fun little theme names for the different races?
I think it was just his like own special way of doing things.
I see.
Which is why Vegeta's name is Vegeta, because he's the king of all, so he's the vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
He's the vegetable.
Goku's the only ones that gets like a regular fucking like, this is from something else because he's supposed to be Son Goku, Son Wukong.
Well, he's also Kakarot though.
Yeah. So like they call him Kakarot, but everyone else calls him Goku, so they don't have to worry about the weird vegetable name shit.
Because that's his human name.
Yeah.
But his Saiyan name is Kakarot.
Yeah, but like Tien and like Tien and Krillin, they're all. I don't remember the actual naming convention for the humans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the humans also have like a weird naming convention that I don't remember at the time. But
gotcha.
Like because fucking Launch, her like Japanese name is Lunch.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So like yeah, they all have like weird naming conventions. Like I said, Goku's the only one that gets like a regular name because it's based off of something else because he's supposed to be Sun Wukong Goku.
Nah.
Yeah, we were talking about just reminded me, I was watching, we were talking about localization last time, and I've been watching Code Geass. And the different localization stuff they do in that one of the characters' names is Colin, which is obviously a localization of Karin or Karen.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
Yeah, man, I noticed that.
Fucking Code Geass is wild.
It really is.
I didn't finish it.
Jesus, wild. Like Table Girl.
Ooh. I watched that episode.
Yeah,
I had never seen it before.
That one, that was what like my friends were just like, they decided they wanted to go ahead and like sit down and like watch all of Code Geass, and like I popped in like I want to say a couple episodes before that, and they're like as they were explaining the characters to me, and they're like, oh, and, like fucking like Glasses Girl pops up and she's doing that, and like they're like, oh yeah, also she's like super gay and super like really into the queen. I was like, huh, I see. That's very. Wow, that table is reached.
I don't really remember why that scene was there.
I don't know why it's there either, but still, it's like, what the fuck?
It's like, oh, okay, we're doing this, huh?
Not that one. Then the fucking this fucking sister like rolls in because she's blind. She didn't see what the hell's going on. Why does it smell like fish in here? What's going on with that?
Why did the creators of Code Geass put that in? What emotion were they trying to get us to emit?
I don't know. I feel like they were trying to like. It's been a while since I saw, but weren't they like trying to get you to like dislike her at the time? Maybe they were like, she's gross or something.
Bro, I have no memory.
Maybe later with something else she does, but you know.
It's like a month
ago.
Yeah,
later on she does some very questionable things, right? I'm starting to remember now.
She's extremely racist.
She does even more questionable things than racism. Like that was bad, but she was like, oh,
dude, the main turning point of that fucking show pisses me off because of how it's done. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, a lot of people dislike that.
I don't want to say because I'm pretty sure Brass wants to like watch it, but like, holy shit, man, that was the stupidest way. And like, as I'm watching it with my friends, they're also like fucking groaning. They're like, oh my god, really? That.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hate it. I felt like it was sort of like I thought it was sort of like ironically tragic, you know? It's sort of like it's like a damn, that's really what happens, but it's also like this he kind of had this coming.
It's super ham-fisted.
I get that.
Like at all the things to say, he was like, I'm gonna say this one instead.
Yeah, that's true.
Really, dude? Yeah. You could have said something else, and that would have been fine. But then you would have noticed it. But you were like, "No, I'm gonna go for the hardcore thing right now."
Right.
It's a joke. Wait, no.
What emotion was the creator trying to get you to?
Looking at the screen and being like, "I want them to be pissed off as much as possible."
Yeah.
Now everyone's angry. Now I'm angry because I wrote it. Now here's every scene of every scene of what's her name Zero like on screen with her butt.
So are you sure you're not talking about Guilty Crown right now?
Cece, was it right?
Yeah, Cece, that's her name.
Cece.
I like her. Why is her butt on the screen 24/7?
They do like to show off her butt. I will say that. It was a respectable butt, to be fair.
Respectable your end.
Wait, Bress, have you ever even watched like all of Guilty Crown?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
God,
that was one of my favorite animes for a while. I regret to say. Oh, the music is so good though.
Oh yeah, it's good. Considering the fact one of the main characters is like supposed to be an idol character, of course the music needs to be good. And then they take his hand, and you're like, oh.
Man, I don't remember that show at all, unfortunately. I just downloaded the soundtrack, and it was great.
It's one of those shows that has like the ending, and everything leading up to it is like, oh, this is pretty good, and you see the ending, and you're like,
It's like, oh.
It was halfway through the season when they decided that the main character had to have no emotions and then become like the villain to his own crew,
and then become the hero again later.
I don't even remember if he became the hero again.
I mean, technically, he had to end the series.
I mean,
you either live long enough to see yourself become the villain or die a hero. Just like a Ramo.
Interesting comparison.
You either date and die, or continue on and eventually try to date your sister.
Is that the two possibilities?
That's the two possibilities right there. Okay. Nothing else happened. You date Kuroneko, be happy, and then die, or you do some stupid shit and be like, no, I want to date my sister, and then at the very end you're like, well, we can't date, but we can imagine we got married, haha, it was cute, and now anyways I'm out.
It was the weirdest ending, my dude.
Fucking god, I hated that ending so fucking much.
Do you know Komi?
I don't. I have avoided.
Oh, trash. Good.
They get married, and then they're like, okay, let's get married. We're gonna buy the wedding stuff. We're gonna buy each other rings. They have a scuff ceremony, and then after all that's over, they're like, hey, let's pretend this never happened, and then go back to before the series started, and all the relationships are reset.
Mm-hmm.
You're not allowed to date the character you were dating for 2 seasons. It's over. Why? Who knows?
Like it's like they have a fucking like an entire arc where like fucking like it builds up fucking main characters like relationship with Kuroneko, one of the girls in the series, and one of the girls in the show that he dates for a little bit. Like it has an entire arc building up to it, and then she like does a thing where she like even goes through and asks like the sister, "Can I date your brother?" And the brother is like, "Can I date her?" Right?
Yeah. Why does he have to ask his sister if he can date somebody?
I don't fucking know. It's but like he's like, "Can I do it? Can we do it?" And they're like, she's like, "Yeah, that's fine. It's whatever."
Fine,
right?
Whatever. I'm not mad.
And like they go through this entire thing where they finally start like actually dating and doing their own stuff and everything like that, and they're super into each other and whatnot. And then she disappears for a second, and then they find her again. It turns out it was actually a completely total and fucking like actual good explanation for her disappearing, and she was coming right back. They
never forgive her for it.
No, they forgive her.
Okay.
They go through all of this shit, right? Building up relationship with those two characters, and then like
it's like a genuinely good relationship too.
Yeah, and like they go through and they start explaining some of the other characters and why they're also kind of attracted to the main character, right?
Yeah.
And the very end of it ends with like, no, but I want to fuck my sister though.
Man.
And it's like,
yeah, again, it came out of nowhere, and then they just did stuff, and then again erased it all from everything, and then decided that nothing mattered anymore. And I don't understand.
He was going to go to college in America or something like that, and he was like super upset about it or something, and like everyone was like, "Well, you need to confront your feelings. Confront your feelings about what? About what? About what? About actually what?
Yeah.
You like your sister."
I like how they spend this whole time, and his sister is obviously a brocon.
Yeah.
She obviously likes him, and she like spends the whole series. It's obvious, and he knows it. And then when they're bringing up like, "Oh, you might like your sister," he's like, "What? Why would I do that?" And it's so funny.
Because the whole back basis of the story is like, oh, when they were kids, she was like, haha, I love my brother, and he was like, you're stupid, go away.
You know what's a good harem romance anime though? Is To Love Ru.
Oh, fuck you.
Brass, listen, you gotta give up on this, buddy. You're not gonna get us to watch To Love Ru. You're not gonna get me to watch Ori Emo either.
No, I don't want you to. Please
don't don't read To Love Ru or even look at it.
No, you do. Don't do it, Kobe. Of all people.
It's like Yuna. It's like Yuna in Haunted Hot Springs. Man, that one's getting there. That one's getting like really in there. Where it's like, yeah. It's just a battle. It's a battle manga with like the To Love Ru stuff.
It was a battle manga?
It turns into a battle manga where people get like fucking special fighting suits, and the main character understands his power is like the fucking second coming of whatever Jesus God man this thing is.
Jesus God
like
man.
Keijo. Have I told you guys about the end of Keijo?
How does it end?
No.
I mean, I know how it starts.
It's like butt manga, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like butt fighting.
This is the one where they fight on water in swimsuits, and they can only use their boobs or their butt.
A fantastic premise, by the way.
I mean, obviously, yeah, of course, yeah. But I watched the show.
Of course you did.
And then I went on to read the manga.
Oh, of course.
And it's still ongoing. And this was probably a year ago when I read it. But by the end of the manga, they had introduced that like there were aliens, and it just went.
There were aliens.
In a completely different direction. There were aliens. They had to save the world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain to you how out of left field this was. Because the entirety of the show and the manga up to that point was, I mean, it was like a legitimate sports anime. Like,
yeah,
as weird as the premise is, they're trying to be the best. They want to be in this professional group, like professional wrestlers or like a baseball player or something like that. They just want to be a part of it and earn money and whatever. And then, yeah, out of left field, let's bring in aliens and like world-ending thing. We have to stop with our butts and our boobs.
I kind of love that.
I don't.
I think the natural escalation from sports is, saving the world.
Yeah,
as much as I agree with you, it wasn't as natural as you would hope.
Damn.
I wonder why. It's crazy.
That shows why.
Compared to To Love Ru, where it's like, I like this girl. Oh no, aliens! Oh man! Oh well, the aliens are hot.
Oh no, the aliens are sexy.
Oh no, I tripped and fell. My dick is in her. Oh no! Oh,
how did this happen? No!
Everyone's super upset about it. Why isn't she like, I'm upset. Oh, I'm sorry it happened. Why isn't she slapping me? What's going on? Oh, but she's upset. You can see it in her face. I bet she hates me now, meanwhile. Do it again.
I'm trying to figure out what character you're talking about. I know you're not talking about a specific character, but I'm trying to figure out what one you're talking about.
Man.
Oh, Lordy.
69 position. Oh, I'm so sorry.
How did this happen?
Oh, damn.
Good harem anime, though, like, legitimately. Actually, you know what? The Quintessential Quintuplets. I haven't finished that one. I hear that
one's wholesome.
Because that one has its second season right now.
I heard he straight up picked somebody.
I thought so, too. Which is why I'm surprised that there was a second season. But it seems to be more about the characters than the harem itself.
That's bold.
There needs to be more animes where, like, the fucking guy at the end, it's just like, no, this one.
Also,
this one. Fair, like, you can't do that.
Chosen a character in To Love Ru too.
I mean, there's also like fucking what's it called? Nisekoi, fake love or false love or whatever.
Yeah.
That one. I mean, you can do that, but then there's also like the stupid choices.
Listen, you can pick a girl, but you can't pick the wrong girl.
Yeah, there you go. Because Nisekoi's dumb because it's like, all right, cool. It starts off main character Raku, or the fuck his name is, fucking goes through this entire thing where he's like, I like this girl, but I made a promise to the girl that I made years ago that but I don't remember her face. I just gotta find her one day, and if she has the key, right? And like they go this entire thing, and then this girl pops up, the other main girl of the series, and she's like, they have to like basically like act like they're dating for their fathers or whatever to keep the two like rivaling gang factions from fighting to the death or whatever. So if
I did not know this was what happened.
Oh yeah, really interesting. Yeah.
So they're like false dating to make sure both the rivaling gangs don't kill each other out in the street somewhere. Right?
Oh, okay.
The word Nisekoi means fake love.
Yeah. So like they do all that, but then like he starts picking up girls over time. At one point, a hired assassin falls in love with him because like she's friends with the other. She's friends with the main girl, and like she's like, you can't kill him, and she's like, all right, fine. So they start going to school together and whatnot, and then she starts like having moments with him and shit like that. One of his childhood friends pops up, and she's super in love with him. It's not afraid to say it. But he's like, nah, the promised girl, though, right?
Yeah.
Isn't also there's like the girl he likes, but then like her sister shows up too?
Yeah, the girl he likes, her sister shows up, and her sister's like, yo, what's up with that dick, though? Right? And then, like, I think just like another fucking character that pops up, and she's also like, that one, that one, I'm thinking about that one, right?
That show is a banger voice acting cast. That has like all of my top female voice actors.
But like it goes to like this entire thing where like every character kind of gets a moment with him at one point or another, and like starts developing more and more feelings with them or whatnot, right?
Yeah.
To the point where even the girl he likes, he starts like hanging around her so fucking much that like everyone's like, that one, yeah, and like, but all of a sudden at the very end of it, he chooses the main girl, the blonde hair girl that randomly popped up out of nowhere that he like had to fake that he was in love with.
Because she was the one with the key, anyways.
No, she wasn't the one with the key. The one that he had a crush on is the one with the key.
Wait.
Yeah, the one he had a crush on is the one with the key, and they could actually unlock the little lock thing he got from the girl. Right? So they went through and built all that up, and then they were like, nah, fuck that. Check it out. He gets with that one because she's the second protagonist of the story.
Huh.
He goes to the one that gave him Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone's like, "Oh, it's so happy and cute," and it's like, "What the fuck is fucking just no? What?
Well,
this is stupid."
Anywho, are there any good horror anime?
I don't know. I've people say Monogatari is good, but I haven't.
Monogatari is fantastic.
I love Monogatari.
Senjo Gahara is best girl next to Subaru, and all the other girls. They're all best girl.
All of them. Wow.
There's not every girl that. Well, one of them's gay.
Well, there's subtext.
She's gay, but like Senjo Gahara is with but she's like, I'm gonna go after Araragi penis because like if it means I can get closer to Senjo Gahara, and he's like, I don't know about that one, and she's like, yeah, go ahead. And Senjo Gahara is like, yeah, go ahead.
I know, right? Huh. But she also does this to torment him, which is also super great.
Yeah, she's like, it's fine as long as it's pissing you off, and he's like, but
it's legitimately one of the weirdest shows you could ever watch. But I would recommend this to anybody.
Oh yeah, I recommend it to everybody to watch it. It's fantastic. It's like
Shaft anime. Like Shaft has this way. Same with Nisekoi.
Yeah, they have a very, very good way of doing things.
Artistic style.
In fact, everybody should continue watching all their animes.
I sat down and I listed all of them. I was going to watch them all, and I couldn't find half of them because they're old.
Yeah, they're old.
Anywho,
Hanako was best girl.
Are we at the end here?
So it's we're pretty much at the end.
We're getting close. I do need to head out in a few minutes.
All right.
I'm out of stuff to talk about. We're talking about harems.
Next episode, we're gonna talk about nothing but harems.
No, count me out.
And strategy.
I am well versed on.
And then we're gonna sit down and talk about all the sad animes that make you cry.
The episode after that, we're gonna talk about Little Sisters.
That one. No.
I will not be there. You can talk by yourself.
No. It's just gonna be a Discord call.
It's gonna be a Discord call with just you.
Just Brad.
Your questions now.
Streaming on Twitch, and he's like, "So, Little Sisters, yes or yes?"
First question. Let me open this up. What is wrong with you? Next one.
Next question. Oh, I'm being kicked off of Twitch. I see.
Okay, well, I'll see you guys next week.
All right. Well, next podcast we will figure out what the actual topic is. I can't think of one right now. And I'd much rather not think of one off the top of my head, and then it'd be something stupid like, haha, harem anime. Yeah? Yes or yes?
We'll figure something out.
We'll figure it out. Shut up, Brass.
I didn't say that.
But we'll figure it out. You guys have a good 2 weeks. I'm going to continue to torment Comey.
Oh, good.
And by extension, Brass. And matter of fact, Brass, eventually when you get a chance to, we can continue playing through 7.
I was gonna say I'll ping you at midnight, see if you're available.
Yes, I'll probably be awake.
Who knows if I'll be?
You too, Comey. I'll ping you too if you get in here and watch this.
Yeah, okay.
We're like halfway
through the game.
We're pretty much like halfway or more through the games. You can pop in and be like, what's
so
going
much
on?
stuff that has happened that I never thought. As much as it's been around, somehow I've avoided learning these things.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me stop this stream. Thanks for tuning in.
Hooray! We made it to the podcast.
Bye, everybody. See you next time.